In today's video, I'm going to share some advanced strategies and explain my thought process as I play. And I'm going to be playing on Nightmare, as I think there's a lot of people looking to make the jump from professional, and I think it would just be helpful to give a bit of info about ghost behavior while I'm playing as well. So I'm going to jump in and walk you through how I like to play this game. So first, when I load in, I just like to look at the objective board just to get an idea of what I'm going to be doing later. And then picking your equipment is going to be important. So I always like to get a flashlight, obviously, grab your lighter, and then you always want to have a tool to find the ghost room. And there can be a few different things to use for that, but I just like to use the EMF. And then I also like to bring a camera as well. And so we quickly want to get the breaker on, and then after we turn the breaker on, we're going to start looking for the ghost room. So while I'm going to the breaker, I'm just going to keep my ears and eyes open, whether I see the bone or hear the ghost throwing something. And then you want to turn some lights on too to prevent your sanity from draining. And while I'm waiting to hear something from the ghost, I like to just look for the bone. And well, it's right here. Audio is pretty big in this game. It's very helpful because the ghost will usually be interacting with things, so you can narrow down where the ghost room is. Since we're on Nightmare, we can also just grab a photo of the cursed object. And this ghost doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot, so I'm just going to drop some of my stuff and I'm going to go back and grab a thermometer. And since I'm here, I might as well grab some other stuff whenever I figure out where the ghost room actually is. Sounds like it just opened the locker in here, so I'm going to drop some stuff. Now that we know where the ghost room is, we can start putting evidence items in here and trying to knock out the evidence. And also, since this is Nightmare, we will only be getting 2 evidence. And so I really like to just try and knock out the 2 evidence as fast as I can. And then you can start doing tests for the last ghosts. While we're waiting for some evidence, we can go ahead and just go back to the truck. And I like to drop all my stuff too, including my flashlight, just so I can take another item. Great way to get UV is with some salt piles, so I'll grab some salt. I'll grab a camera. Then since we need an objective to blow a firelight out, I'll just go ahead and grab that now. Quickly run in here and try to knock out some of these easier things to look for, like ghost orbs can be pretty easy to rule out. Here, writing in the ghost book, so it looks like it just wrote in the book. Grab a photo of that real quick. And since that was an interaction, it's a short window, but you can get an interaction and then also a ghost writing photo itself. Keeps kind of hanging around here, so I'll just place some salt around here. Don't think I see any ghost orbs. And it just walked in the salt, so let's just check for UV. It doesn't look like it's UV. These are the ghosts we're starting to get narrowed down to. Kind of leaning towards it might end up being something like spirit box. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop some more of my stuff. And then I'll also grab some dots, because dots can be a bit tricky to get. Especially with this tier 1 dots, I always like to grab 2 at once because it can be kind of hard to position it and cover a lot of area. So I'll grab that, and then I'll grab Spirit Box. And now I'm going to try for Spirit Box, and if it's a Diogen, and I'm within 1 meter of the Diogen, I will get a unique response, so we'll keep an eye out for that. And obviously if I get the evidence, that would be nice too. Where are you? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Okay, I tried the spirit box a good bit. I don't think it's going to be Diogen just because I didn't get the breathing. I won't completely rule that out yet, but just for now, I'll just mark it out. And now these can be a bit tricky. Spirit, we can test with a smudge timer. Poltergeist, we can make poltergeist piles and also watch it throwing during hunts. Mare is pretty hard to get. Either it will be turning lights off, doing light breaking events, or do the little mare light flip where you turn it on, it'll instantly turn it off. That can be a bit hard to get though. And then the Moroi, probably something we're just gonna have to test during a hunt. Same with some of these others. Then before I start initiating a hunt, I'm just gonna get some of these other photos, as I do want to get a perfect game. So some easy photos to get are things like disturbed salt. The bone and the cursed object photo are always just free, so might as well get a photo of that. And I'll just go back to the truck and grab some more stuff to get some photos. I'll just grab a crucifix just to make sure I don't accidentally die. Whenever I'm placing salt, I like to butt it up against either furniture or objects, just because the ghost could be just walking through here. You don't want to just place it out in the middle. Also, while we're waiting for this, I might make a small pile of items. Just a small little pile of stuff. Don't want to spend too much time on that. And after we get these 2 photos, I'll probably just start a hunt with the cursed object. And then I can try and rule out the Moroi and the spirit and hopefully the poltergeist. But these can be kind of hard. Maybe not so much the polty, but the spirit and mare can be a bit annoying to try and get. There we go, there's the photos, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab a smudge now. Now the Dio is pretty obvious if you don't know what it is that it'll be very fast and will be able to find you even in hiding spots, but when it gets close to you, it will be very slow. The Moroi has a kind of funny speed and kind of speeds up over time as the investigation goes on. It's kind of like the opposite of the Thay. If you're potentially facing a Moroi, you're gonna want a smudge or 2 on you. And yeah, I'll grab 2 smudges and listen to the speeds, and then hopefully we get it from that. I'm just gonna put a few more items in here because since it's gonna be spawning in here, and I guess I will be kind of looping it around this kitchen island, so I'll just actually consolidate some of this stuff, and I'll go ahead and grab the voodoo doll. I will bring it over here, and we're gonna start a hunt. So I'm just going to turn my flashlight off, pull some of these pins. You want to be careful, once the pin goes into the heart, that's going to be starting a hunt. So I want to start the hunt and then just grab my smudge as soon as I can. Getting every pin but the heart. There we go. Okay, it's normal speed. I'm just going to try and lure the ghost over to me. And it looks like we have a poltergeist. This is the most poltergeist I've ever seen. If you ever doubt if it's a poltergeist, and it usually isn't, but as you can see, this thing is just going crazy. I'll just use this other smudge and obviously be careful. I'm just gonna run downstairs just to be safe, and then I'll just watch for the lights, and whenever the lights are on and it's hunting, whenever the lights go out like that, then you know the hunt's over. So I have a little bit of time before it can try and hunt again, so I'm not going to stick around. Let's just go ahead and look at all the stuff. So I still do need some of these objectives. I need to witness a ghost event, which I don't know how plausible that will be, and the average sanity isn't too bad. I did, however, get all of the photos. I probably won't wait to try and get a ghost event, but I will grab these other smudges and just hang out in there. I'll just watch the book and see whenever I get this 25% sanity, and then whenever I get that, I'll probably head out of this investigation. Just wait in the dark, and if you ever have this objective, the 25, oh, well, there we go, that was fast. And yeah, the ghost event one could be hard. Sometimes you'll get them early, and sometimes you'll get ghosts that just do a lot, and then sometimes it's just not gonna happen. So I might as well just call it there. I got all the photos, I got the bone, and almost a perfect game. No problem with just calling it, but as you can see, it's not too bad. Even with only getting 2 evidence, it's still pretty easy to kind of narrow down the ghosts because you're only left with a handful. But for the most part, if you're a newer player, I feel like it's pretty easy to rule out these ghosts. I hope me walking through why I'm doing things and explaining my gameplay was helpful, and thank you so much for watching.